don't talk during on the podcast. When the podcast
going?
come out,
let me do my drops, please, if you don't mind.
you could do your ups even. If you want to.
Oh man, we in a good mood today. Welcome to the 2 for 2 podcast. I'm your host Rivers here today. I got some special friends and co-hosts. Banks is here. We got Tali over in the corner. We got Thomas over here. And we got a very special guest today. I am so proud to have this woman on this podcast with us today. We've been trying to line this up for a few months, but she's here now. The wonderful Miss Denielle Miller. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
You good?
I'm nervous.
Why? You do this all. You do it more than me.
No. I get. So I'm normally the one that asks the questions, except like on Comedy Hype, I'm just giving my honest reactions and opinions to topics. But today, y'all are asking me about topics, and then y'all asking me about my life. So it's sort of nerve-wracking. Yeah. I don't like to be questioned. I'm one of those women. I don't like to be questioned.
You ain't get you that.
Okay.
Everyone looking good. Everyone smelling good. Everyone feeling good. You good?
Yeah, look at Gucci.
Oh, man. So, yeah, speaking of that, the Comedy Hype. I've seen the hype about this. You want to tell us a little about what's going on? How did you land a spot on there, for one? And how's it been so far working with people outside of the country?
You just asked me, am I funny?
Yeah.
I don't try to be funny, but the natural me just comes off comedic sometimes in some of my responses. I ended up on Comedy Hype because of a young lady called Symphony Thompson. I love her so much. Symphony is the host at Comedy Hype.
We love you, Symphony. Shout out to you.
And that's how I found out about the platform. She's a really good friend of mine. And they were hiring. So when I saw that they were hiring, she posted that they were hiring. I applied. I interviewed for research analyst. So that's background work. And because the company was privy to what I've done before in terms of front camera work, they're all about growth and placing people where
they see potential.
Exactly. Okay. So this is, y'all can get the story first.
Yeah,
so the crazy thing is, the first time I went on camera to be an analyst, I got the call and they were like, hey, we need you. We want to know if you can fill in today, if you can come on at 11, and it was 9:30. I had no makeup on. I wasn't home. So I had to like go home, get my makeup, put on makeup, get my clothes, get the equipment ready to shoot, and then it was on camera there, and then it just turned into a reoccurring thing. And I guess this is where preparation meets opportunity, and you always have to be ready. No matter what it is, if you see an opportunity, if you see the door open, just run through it. So I just ran through the door. I did the groundwork first. When the door opened, I went through the door, and now I'm there every Tuesday.
So now, all right, you get the position. Was this something you was actively seeking, or just came out of the blue, the entire idea?
No, and the thing is, I'll always tell people, like, if something is tugging on your spirit, do it. Because I remember I was contemplating being a research analyst, because I was like, I've never done that before, but I little nosy. So the natural journalist in me, I little nosy, and I was like, but being a research analyst is legit, like just digging up business.
Right.
So I was like, I could give it a shot. I'm going to apply for it, give it a shot. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
And I did it. And from there, it was just me putting in the work and being productive, and people naturally, like, just the door naturally opening. Yeah, I wasn't saying I want to be on camera. No, I just was saying, like, I wanted to learn more about the business and do more in the business. So that's how it came about.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you got the job. You're there. You've been on it for how long now?
I've been doing it. We started last year, September.
That's a good little run.
Yeah.
So you're there now. What's been?
Yeah, last year, September, October.
2022?
2022. I would say October 2022. Yeah, October 2022.
What's been some of the roadblocks or challenges you face doing that so far? Something that surprised you, something that you never saw that, or you never thought might really, what do I want to say? Something that came out of nowhere that you didn't expect. Doing what you're doing now with them, particularly.
I can't say that I've had any roadblocks, but it's definitely just been building the grit and tenacity because people don't understand. They see you on camera and they're like, oh, it's so glitz and glamoury and all of that, but it takes work.
Right.
Especially for a female, I have to get up extra early to make sure I do my makeup. I have to pick out outfits. Shout out to my boutique sponsor, Bella Diva Boutique. Anything you see me wear, it's from Bella Diva. And then I have to be there on time to do pictures for promo. Shout out to Christoph as well, who does the pictures. Shout out to Atlantis for allowing me to film there. So I have to do all these things and then study the topic for the day and then go ahead and shoot. And it's like, and I have to get equipment that morning. So I'm literally like, just going. And shout out to TNT Media because they do shoot for me, but it's some of the weight I have to carry.
Right.
Because we're working in tandem and it's a great partnership, but it's also like, it takes a lot of grit and grind to do that every Tuesday. And then I still have other projects I do as well.
Right.
So it's definitely, it teaches you the importance of building a steady team in future and also appreciating where you are now.
Right. So
yeah.
When how's the culture dynamic working with people from outside of the Bahamas?
It's not much different,
No?
It's like
They get some of your slang?
okay, so sometimes I have to break it down. Sometimes I have to break it down or I have to talk like slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely our thoughts and opinions is like within the Black diaspora, it's the same.
Yeah.
Like we could say, you could go over into, let's say, Alabama and see a Black person and be like, God is good. And they reply all the time. So it's like we have the same connection going on.
That's dope, though.
Yeah.
I like that. That's dope.
Yeah, we have the same connection going on. We think some of the same. The culture is not segregated to one group of people. The culture is not segregated to just African Americans. They have their issues, but then we also can relate here in the Bahamas because the culture is all connected throughout the world in terms of Black people.
Yeah, definitely.
So, question. Tell us what Comedy Hype really is for the persons who are watching and may not know or have an idea what it is.
So Comedy Hype is a streaming platform. It's on YouTube. They've been around for about 10 years now. They have over 700,000 subscribers. They've garnered over 300 million views over the years. And in the beginning, they focused more central on comedy news, like comedians and all of that. But throughout the years, they have ventured into other aspects, which is Comedy Hype Plus, that focuses on a lot on cultural news and things of that sort. They're about to launch a streaming platform. It's pretty dope. There is a flicking dope like ad on the website when you go there to Comedy Hype. I'm gonna get the website for you guys. When you go there, it's like it's so dope. It's so dope. It's so dope. I'm just happy to be a part of the team and all they're doing. They have so many good stories there. They have for instance, they have stories about D.L. Hughley and George Lopez, but then they also do investigative pieces like who was the first Black child actor and what happened to him. They also did Malcolm X was a cheater, but it doesn't bother me. So it's a lot of.
That nigga was getting this shit up. I can tell you that now. What?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a man. Most men of power have more than one woman. The
Which is true.
Most alpha male have more than one woman. Are
Which
gonna
is true.
attract, a lot of women to them. So.
Which is true. That is true.
You recently went viral on there. I saw that video. I saw the video. When I can't remember which particular director it was you was talking about.
Kenya Boris.
Right, yes. Kenya Boris.
Yes.
How was that for you? Did you expect that clip to go viral as it did?
No, I didn't. Every time I go in front of the camera, I know there's a high possibility that I know people are gonna watch. But the thing is, how much people? I don't know. I don't know how much people. I really try to stay true to myself and my opinions and make sure that it's clearly stated. And I also I always try to give a 360 view on things.
Is that a focal point now? Seeing that today's culture is so sensitive, like is that a focal point when you guys have pre-production meetings? What you may want to stay away from? No, you just shoot whatever. Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. I like that.
Yeah. You say what's on your mind. You say
Okay.
what's on your mind. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This generation is very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Yeah.
Very
And then
sensitive.
they trying to turn the world sensitive as well.
Yeah.
Youth
It's killing
with everything.
comedy.
I think
Killing
YouTube
love.
now, YouTube is implementing some new policy where you have to be verb sensitive, and you have to use certain words. You can't use curse words and stuff like that anymore. You'll have to bleep it out, or you wouldn't be monetized.
Wow, it's crazy. So
And
rap
and
music.
even in your
Right.
description, you can't use certain verbiage in your description.
So rap music. Well, how would that work for rap?
That's the same thing I was gonna say, because the verbiage in rap music and the videos, they got all kinds of cursing and
slangs and different
But
things.
that's what makes rap. It's like, okay, so
Yeah. Freedom of
when
speech.
we say curse words, I don't use them. You know what is a curse?
yeah, I know.
A
It's-
curse
mean
is
profanity.
me talking bad. down
curse
to you.
wishing bad things
Right.
on you. Yeah.
I call those
Well, bitches
words
do.
sentence enhancers. I need you to feel what I'm saying.
I like that.
Yeah, they're
like that.
sentence
Shout out to that.
enhancers. Yeah.
Shout out to that.
Feel my emotions through these.
Feel your pain.
Yeah.
He's very sensitive.
I
so
got
he
I
knows.
got enhance a lot of sentences today.
He's
Say
sensitive.
again.
No.
Continue.
Yeah, they're sentence enhancers, man.
All right, yeah, but that's beautiful though. Did you see yourself, or how long did you see yourself in journalism, or was that something you always wanted to be a part of?
When I was young, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
Boy, how Ark and Raz has changed so much for me from young to now.
Right?
I wanted to be a wrestler when I was growing up.
You look like one. So,
I like that. I don't like
no,
that.
in a good way. You'd probably be like The Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah, remember The Rock was really attractive when we was growing up?
The Rock is a sensible guy though.
He was one of my. He's one of my favorite. You got it, buddy.
I didn't
You
say
got it. You got it.
Oh shit.
He is one of my favorite wrestlers for real, though. But
Yeah, The Rock, Austin.
so when did that change for you?
So this is why it's very important for you to not listen to what people saying around you. Because I won National Arts Festival in primary school twice nationally. And people were like, oh, you speak so well. And a lot of adults started to say, you should be a lawyer. Because that's the common thing. You should be a lawyer. So I put that in my mind to be a lawyer. And then in junior school, when I researched and saw how much litigation has to be read to be a lawyer, I was like, I'm into this. And then I started watching Law and Order SVU. And I said, I want to be a detective, like Olivia Benson. Like, I want to run after niggas. And like,
Oh, you were right. I just thought you wanted to solve the mystery. You were right. Okay.
yeah,
You'll
I
be
want,
in the action.
yeah, I want to be in the action.
Go on the Royal Bahamas Defense Force then, or
Okay,
police force.
so no.
Immigration.
Yeah, immigration. Yeah, they do a lot of. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie, we get canceled for this one, dog. We get canceled.
So, but then I found out that you have to actually go through police training to be a detective.
Yeah.
I wasn't into that.
Okay.
And then when I got in high school, I said, okay, journalism. I want to be a news anchor. And that stayed with me until I graduated school. And then I started to do research and found out that media is so vast. Like, you just don't have to be a journalist. You don't have to be, in this day and age.
Yeah.
You just don't have to be a journalist. You just don't have to be a news anchor. And then I really started to get into Oprah really heavily. And I was like, okay, definitely media personality. And that's what I stuck with, and that's what I ran with. And I used to do hostings a lot in church. That's where I got really my start, hostings in church. And then ironically, Mr. Mark Cartwright saw me one time in church, and he brought me to the studio. And we did a commercial. And throughout the years, like, he was just nurturing that talent. And then I got hosting gigs outside of church. And I really started to take my talent seriously in 2019 when I left my job. Because I was dabbling in and out the industry for a hot minute. Where I was working?
Yeah.
BTC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was in BTC from 2016. I was a sales associate. I was door-to-door salesperson. And then I went to...
You know anything about why the data goes so fast with BDC?
So I was a door-to-door salesperson. Okay. And then I went to BTC marketing, and then I went to a sales administrator, and then I left. After that, and answering River's question, I left after that, and I went to pursue media full-time because I felt like I was selling myself short. And shout out to my godmother, Monique Forbes. She sat me down. She got me one day in her office, and she sat me down and she told me I was playing with my talent. And through much prayer and fasting, I'll tell anybody this: don't do nothing without talking to God and without like spending serious time with Him. Because Rivers could tell me something. He can tell me what's best for him, but I need to find out what's best for me. Right. And only one person knows how this journey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's just that I was just telling Rivers this before we came on camera.
Yeah, really?
We had a conversation.
I was just telling that.
Really?
And I tell people this all the time. Mm-hmm. But then I guess where I'm strong-headed with it, they stick on me. They keep giving me
we ain't gonna discuss the exact conversation we had. We'll tell you about it off camera.
Okay. But exactly what you're saying is what I've been saying.
Yeah.
We'll see if that still applies.
And this is a sign from God that she came right here and said that.
It is. Yeah.
Shout out to
confirmation.
God. Shout out to God. Let's give God a round of applause. Shout out to God.
Like literally, he's my rock. Like people don't understand. People look at me, and the only reason why I had a day is because of God. Everything I've ever done in my life is because I've always listened to that tug in my stomach, in my spirit, and I just run with it. No matter what people saying to me, and I've been called an ass a lot of times, right. But I just had to listen to myself and that tug in my spirit. So definitely fasting and praying. You cannot do one without the other. You have to fast because you have to show God that you're willing to sacrifice something to hear from Him.
I had a 15-day fast one time and I getting problems for that.
What you fast from?
I just was fasting.
From what?
From food.
Okay.
I started off just nuts and water and stuff like that and dry oatmeal. Then I take all that out and just tea and then just straight water after a couple of days.
First fast? Yeah,
but I was dating someone. I getting problems with that because I was because you can't during that period you weren't supposed to have sex.
Correct. You weren't supposed to. That's why see why I asked him what he's fasting
from. See, but then man, we can't get away with the excuse that I fasting, baby. I can't give you none. So you know what I mean?
Are you cheating?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that basically that was the sentiment of all that. But
y'all still together?
No, hell no.
Oh yeah.
Why hell no?
Because she didn't understand the fact that he was fasting and he couldn't. Let me not.
Yeah, it was. That was one of the issues.
Okay.
But I can continue. Sorry, cut you off with my sexual stories.
Oh, no problem.
In the midst of God.
Yeah, when you fasting, you're supposed to have sex, even if you're married. You don't have sex because you're killing the flesh and you're just trying to tap into your spirit. But definitely, like fasting is important, and you don't have to do like cold turkey fast. You could do a fast from social media. You could do a fast where you don't eat after 6 o'clock. You could do a Denielle fast where it's only fruits and vegetables. Like whatever you're led to do in your fasting, go and study it first and then go ahead and do it. And then when you fast, you have to be intentional. Don't fast and okay, so I grew up in church. I was a church girl. Don't mind me.
What church?
Southside Christian Ministries International.
All right.
Yeah, Southside.
Shout out to Southside.
Big them up.
Yeah, Southside Christian Ministries International. Apostle C. Clifford Smith III. And I grew up in church. Like, dance ministry, I was in church from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. No joke.
And you loved it?
No, I didn't. But what it taught me...
Weekends?
On every Saturday. So Sunday, thank God our church wasn't a church where every day you in church. But Sunday you have service, Friday night was youth, and Saturday was dance practice. And I was in dance practice. And I've learned my discipline from youth ministry and dance, especially dance, because before you go and minister on a Sunday, even if you're just doing praise and worship, you have to fast the night before. And fasting consists of only gospel music. A lot of the times, the only song you could have listened to is the song that you was ministering it to that next Sunday, and no TV, no food. So it's just you and your Bible. So that's where like the root of this instinct comes from, because I spent so much time doing that when I was younger. So shout out to my mother for growing me up in a good Bible-based church.
Shout out to mom, man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So you mentioned you do other things besides the comedy hype.
Yes.
I think you were part of lip service as well, right?
No.
No, you're not?
No, but that is.
Okay, so my apologies.
Okay.
Which one it was? I saw it's a podcast you all do by Fusion.
It is. No,
That's
that
Fusion,
was
right?
Gap Seed.
Gap
So
Seed,
I hosted
right.
the Gap Seed reunion, but I do a show called Sis. Sis is actually where all of this was birthed from. So I do a talk show called Sis, Spill It Sister, and that focuses on originally. originally it was supposed to focus on issues that women face, but we don't talk about, such as the favorite episode was the side chick episode, and I touched on low self-esteem and not knowing your worth.
Right.
And men rocked with it, and then my perspective, you know,
you got a lot of male feedback from that.
Yeah.
And they were supportive of it, or like they were agreeing with the topic?
My friend told me I'm a male podcaster's dream.
Which you are. Well, so the male is your biggest demo, or you had more female support?
So from the stats that I get, because it's really difficult getting stats from YouTube in this region, but the stats that I get, it's basically, let's say 51% female. And then,
so good.
Yeah, the rest is males, which is a high percentage. That's a high percentage. Yeah. Because the thing what I try to do on Sis is, so what we do in this culture is we try to make women, we try to put this sense we try to put this sense of entitlement to women. And we don't want to hold women accountable for their actions. And we want to downgrade and dog out men. And I don't think that's fair. Because
you've been all our life.
I don't think that's fair. I think men and women, we're with different genders, with different views. And in life, what you have to do is understand the person that you are dealing with. And just because in that moment you don't understand the person that you're dealing with doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that you don't understand them at the moment. So I really try to encourage women to be accountable for their actions and not always think that because every...
I love it.
Let me just leave it there. I really try to hold women accountable for their actions and not so much put it so much on the guy, like the side chick episode. I spoke about my experience. I was young. I was very young. But I was a side chick because I allowed myself to be a side chick. And I allowed myself to be a side chick because I had a low self-esteem. So I can't necessarily ever look at that guy and be like, oh, you're a dog. I can't do that. Because he tell me what it was from jump.
Okay. You listen to me. My heart just did all kind of things now. It's like,
but
I'm loving this.
But I want to ask you something in that regard, right? You said, but I guess in hindsight, when you look back at things, you realize that you allow yourself to be it. So it was because you had low self-esteem, you're saying. In that moment, how you thought, like what your thought pattern was? Was that something you willingly wanted to do or something like you settled for?
I settled for it because I really liked him. I liked him more than I liked myself.
But you wanted to really be the man.
Yeah, I did. I thought I was on hold. So, I thought I was on hold.
I thought this was next in line.
Yeah, I thought I was
because it's be a difference.
Most women do though.
Exactly.
When they side chicks, they want a promotion.
Exactly.
And I always tell people that's why.
But sometimes it does differ because you have some women that they actively are willing to be a side chick. Like they don't care about being the man.
Yeah, but see those.
Then you have the women that they doing that because their whole goal is in the long run to be the man.
Yeah, but then see most women who doing it, who just being a side chick, they coming to get what they coming to get, and they out of that. They're not gonna stay there. They're there for that moment, and like she said, that's their choice. Now the ones who do that, they don't have low self-esteem. They came there for a reason, and they out of here. The other ones, they don't know their work, so they accept what they get. That's what she's saying. But
and the thing is, for those women too, I think it's also, I don't know, because like you said, they're there for the moment. They get what they get, and they move on because they move on to the highest,
the best candidate.
They move on to the next best candidate, and I just think those women. It may not be low self-esteem that they're battling, but it's something that you're battling. Because the way women are set up is we are natural nurturers and we are natural lovers.
Yeah.
Very emotional.
So for you to kill that emotion, that means that you are running from something, basically. That's how I feel. That's how personally I feel. I feel that way. Because of our genetic makeup, basically. Yeah.
I agree with that. That segues me to our next topic. I don't know if you heard about the Tennessee police officer. Any of y'all heard about the Tennessee police officer?
Yeah, I've seen it all over Facebook and YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, she's a cop and she's also a wife. she's been fired from the Tennessee Police Department because it's alleged that she's been having sex and all the sexcapades and orgies
with the fellow officers.
with her fellow co-workers, performing oral sex, taking off her top and at a hot tub at a party, belligerently drunk, and class misconduct. She's been let go because of that. A few other sergeants been let go as well. But it's alleged that she's been involved with 5 other co-workers, predominantly black men. The story behind that and what gets to me is her husband is sticking beside her. Now I wanna unpack 2 things of this story. Where do you think her mindset is in terms of, is that something, because she seems to have it all. Most people, that's the American dream. You have a nice paying job. I don't know if she have kids or anything like that, but she has a husband, has a family. Is that something where you could see she's suffering from low self-esteem? And how strong is it, how strong you have to be as a man to stay in a situation like that? Now, to me, cheating isn't a deal breaker in a relationship with me. But it all depends on the situation. If I put myself in his shoe, I wouldn't be able to stay. So I must say, it got to be something there. And oh yes, he is a pastor's son.
He's also white, as so is she.
She's white too.
Yeah, I'm saying they're white.
Caucasian
white
lady.
But she likes the guys are
But
mostly
I
black.
wonder if those values stick because of like him willing to stick it out with his wife. I wonder if those values stem from him being like
a pastor's kid.
son.
Yeah, mostly, of course.
I don't know. I always say commenting on people's marriages and relationships is tough because you don't know what their arrangement is. Like he might know she like that.
Right.
He might have catch her before. She might have told him. That kind of stuff might turn him on. Like we never know. So that's probably why he decided to like stick beside her. But in terms of if she has a low self-esteem, I don't know. I gotta read the story more. She might have she have a lot of self-esteem.
No, but all right. Let me better word the question. As a woman, do you feel like if you put yourself in her shoe, what would be the reason you may be seeking attention from all those different men? That's and it could be. I put it down to one, she have some personal traumas she dealing with. She ain't on par. 2, her sex life could be boring with him. Or they could have a boring sex life together with one another. And she's seeking some outside excitement. I don't know what it is. It's just speculation for me.
I mean...
And it's a fun story to talk about.
I feel as if sometimes we tend to go too deep into certain things. She might just be a freak. This might be a fantasy. This might be a pleasure. And that just might be it. It don't have to be as deep as we think it is. You know what I mean?
It's always something though. It always stems from something.
Yeah,
new.
I think everything is because humanly, bone of bone, flesh of flesh. When this go, there's still a spirit.
Right.
And that's why I think everything is that deep. I don't know if it's trauma she's dealing with. I don't know. But the only thing that ran through my mind just now is when you talk about orgies and having sex with multiple people, it's like, that's like a soul tie. And soul ties, are not just through sexual experiences. They're also through the amount of time which you spend with people.
With people, right.
But a sexual experience, that's another level of intimacy, especially for a woman. Like somebody is penetrating your body.
Women, they cheat differently in terms of emotionally. Emotionally.
We literally wired to have sex differently. The sex for us doesn't come from just the physical pleasure. That's a mental thing as well.
Right.
For men, it just could be physical pleasure. But for a woman, it's mental pleasure. That's why, watch this. If the vagina isn't good for a man, like let's say the vagina ain't not solid, right? You all still could come. But for a woman, I lie.
Y'all have to be comfortable. So much things have to go.
You all still could come. For a woman, it's like so much have to go into the process. And if the dick ain't good, we ain't coming.
Right.
we ain't gonna come because it's all mental for us.
Yeah.
So I think for her, the only thing that ran through my mind was what is she trying to compensate for? Like that's a lot of people in your body. That's a lot of like attachment.
It's a lot of people in your department.
Yeah, it's like a lot of attachment. I'm happy to hear
literally.
though. I'm happy to hear that the other sergeants and stuff will let go because I think it would have been wrong just for her to be penalized.
Yeah, a few were
She would have
suspended.
sued them if that was the case.
Yeah.
A few were suspended. They are still investigating the matter. A few were suspended, and I think 3 were let go.
And then if they're in the church, see, when you're in the church and you do things like that, your spirit is more open than anybody else, you know, because it's. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like your spirit is more open than everybody else. Watch this. If you go to church, you will see, and church people don't like to say this, but people in church fighting the most demons.
Yeah.
And you fighting the most demons because the devil is go to church too. The devil is meet people in church.
I agree.
And you there, and you trying to get your soul right, you're trying. You're more open to attack than anybody else because you actually trying to do something. It's like dog don't bark at parka. So people in the church have the most demons to deal with. And
Facts.
that's like another aspect of it that I'm sort of looking at. Like I don't know what's going on in their household or their marriage or whatever the case may be. But for me, the first thing that came to my mind was the soul ties. And the second thing is, like, you don't know what agreement they have in their marriage. It might turn him on.
That's true. They wired like that now.
Yeah,
I don't think I could sit there and watch someone have sex with my wife, but they could do it.
Multiple men. Like
They could do it.
that
you
might
could sit-
that might make him love her more, boy.
Me, because I brought this up for a reason. As a partner, if you were to find out your partner was cheating on you in that way, I just want to find out from the two of y'all. Would you stay, and what would make you stay, in your opinion?
Oh, I stand.
Oh, you understand?
I
at all?
stand. No.
All
No.
right.
we married.
And yeah,
No.
not at
I
all.
understand.
No.
You understand?
No, baby, because no way. I understand. I understand.
Little 5 dick she take, man. You can't take her back.
Well, you know better than that. You know better than that shit. You know
Oh man, that's funny. I don't think in that circumstance, if it was like one person, yeah, I'd probably be able
One
to hash
person
it out.
is it. So here's the thing.
you would stay with one person
If he cheated with one person,
multiple times.
okay, nah, that's a conversation. Because the reason is because
That's a relationship.
it is a relationship. Now, some people might get mad at me for saying this, but I remember Gabrielle Union said this before. And here's where I sort of agreed with her on something. Because every one of us thinks that we're perfect.
Yes.
So if I have a husband, right, and you cheating on me multiple times with this one person, we could go to therapy because it's not going to be my first question. Let me first say this. It's not going to be my first question, but I need to understand from you if you feel like I'm not doing something in this marriage.
Right.
I'm not on automatically say use a dog and use a liar and use a cheater. It's somewhere in the conversation I'm going to ask you, what do you feel like I'm not doing?
That's a part of holding yourself accountable, like you said.
Right. Now, if you can't give me an answer for that, then that's a different conversation.
Right.
But a lot of times as women, especially us as modern women, we work a lot. And because we're working a lot, there's some things that we neglect. And we didn't realize we're neglecting it. And that can turn into a toxic trait over a period of time. Like you don't even realize sometimes that you aren't giving your partner the attention that they need.
Yeah.
So definitely that would be a conversation. We'll have to go to a therapist because a marriage is something different than a relationship. I put time and effort into this.
Right.
And I could fight for my husband. But if you can't answer that question and we go to therapy and it's just that, you know, sometimes people just fall in love with other people, then
And then
I got to walk away.
that's something I look at on jobs a lot too. 9 to 5s or jobs when you spend a lot of time with your coworker or whatever. You spend a lot of time with those people inadvertently. So sometimes you tend to connect with one another without even knowing. Sometimes it's intentional.
The workplace is mostly where everybody cheats because, like you say, we spend so much time that you're there 9 hours out of the day or 8 hours out of the day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You there
So-
more than you home.
Yeah, so like that, you cheat. They mostly cheat with their coworkers because you're more connected with that person every day. You're talking about everything. You're bonding.
Oh, you ain't gonna tell me your work husband calling you. What the hell he doing?
I hate that term, you know.
And people mean that.
I hate that. So the thing for me is if I like you, I like you. Like if I into you, I into you. I don't see nobody else. I don't see nobody else. Once you treat me right, I don't see nobody else. But another thing too is if I feel like you ain't serving me no purpose, I'd rather leave you before I physically cheat. Now I might mentally cheat, but
Which is worse?
No, I don't think so.
I'm asking her which one you think is worse, mentally or physically.
I think both is worse. I think both are like on
equally
the same
level. Okay.
Yeah, equally. Okay. However, I could
expound what you consider mental cheating.
And the reason why I have to be honest and say mental cheating is because I did it before. It wasn't with a coworker, but it was with a fella that I knew for quite some time. And the thing is, and that's why, so I wasn't being treated right in the relationship. And because of that, it was like this other guy was my comfort. But I didn't want to be with him.
Did you have conversations with your partner at the time?
Yeah, did you voice that?
About that?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Okay. I did. Okay. And I mentally cheated with this other guy because we were talking, we were having a good time. That's mentally cheating. But I knew I didn't want to be with him. Just because I'm mentally cheating with somebody, that don't mean I won't be with them. It's just that I'm trying to pack my bags and leave you. If that makes sense.
Okay.
See, because women, they leave mentally first before they physically leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, everything women do more so leads toward men.
And then one thing about,
the emotional aspect.
One thing about me, I'm going to say it. I'm going to talk to you about something more than once. When I get tired of talking.
Then it's action.
Then I just fold back.
What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know too much about Sag. My mommy's a Sag, but I feel like I don't understand it.
They're very blunt people.
But she...
You think so?
I don't know.
My lady's a Sag too.
But she different. My mommy is she's like a yes woman. Like she don't know how to say no. I just have to sometimes row to tell these people no, but she's so nice.
But then you gotta keep in mind, and we always tell people this, not only your sign, it's also
that's true.
Yeah, so that's why we do that.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, but work, if I locked in, I locked in. And that's just it. Once you're treating me right. If you're treating me right, I locked in. And the thing is, I've also done this thing where I've given a lot of grace. If you're treating me like I don't need to be treated, I'm going to give you a rope. I'm going to tell you about it.
Yeah.
When I rope up, it's
done.
like, that's
I
it.
agree. That's how I feel like that's how you should deal with people.
Speaking of coworkers, right? Sorry. How do you feel about coworkers sharing that are not in relationship with one another, sharing Valentine's gifts?
So here's the thing too. When I go to work. Me and y'all cool. We ain't no friends. I'm not telling you my business. There's no bonding that's going on here.
Sometimes you make friends to work though.
Yeah, you make friends to
all
work.
your coworkers, but one or two is your friend.
But I'm going in depth with my business. So if it's a female, I don't even know what a female coworker. I've never been in that position where I've gone in so much depth probably because I'm a very guarded person. But in terms of a male coworker, I don't even believe in having. If you're married, I'm so sorry. You can't come to me and tell me this woman is your best friend if we married. Because I feel like...
What if...
No?
Go ahead.
Oh, you toxic.
Because, no.
So
because
friends?
No, you could have friends. But saying that this female is your best friend and we're married, the reason why is because the way I look at friendship and best friends. If that's your best friend, you tell your best friend everything.
I've never used that word,
Best friend?
I've never used that. And I have people I could consider my best friend.
I take the word friendship very serious. So if I call you a friend, that's serious. If I say you's my best friend, that's serious. That means I tell you everything. And it's probably because of my meaning. Maybe when I get into like a relationship and stuff, then this definitely needs to be hashed out. But for right now, it's like I look at a best friend like you telling your best friend everything. So if I as a woman and I have a male best friend and I believe in telling them everything, that's dangerous for my husband. Because when we mad, I go and tell him.
Yep.
And now we at dinners and parties and stuff, and he giving my husband attitude. And naturally, between a man and a woman, when you getting that detailed with somebody and that intimate with somebody, something is gonna click over a period of time.
We could stem far along that stream too, your family and friends.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll go to them in confidence, telling them things about your relationship privately, and they take that on. Mm-hmm. So now you and your husband or significant other begin to work it out. They still have a beef.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get in people business, boy.
Yeah.
I don't get in people business.
Yeah.
I see your people cheating. I ain't never seen nothing. And I ain't seen
What?
that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I could see his woman cheating. I would never say nothing.
Really?
You get me?
See,
Do you think?
especially if I've already known that.
I ain't saying
If I've
nothing.
already known that y'all broken up before, or something has happened before, and you going back. If you're that kind of person, if you was the kind of person, if I tell you your girl cheating, you ain't never going back, I can tell you.
Personally,
but if I know y'all can stay together, I leaving that alone.
Personally, for me, I've been burned like that before.
Me too.
Sticking my head in
Years
someone's
ago.
business.
I learned that like
I ain't worth it. Hey, do your thing. I ain't even see you.
I had a friend, but he was a friend by then. I had a friend by then, came to my house to fight me because I was letting him know his girl cheating on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother.
I had a
with it
similar
anymore either.
situation like that too.
Yeah.
But he didn't come to fight me. He was telling me stuff like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it depends on who it is, though. You have to know how close you are to the person and what's their trust level.
And yeah, what you could tell them, you have to
Yeah.
know how they can react. And
Yeah, that's true.
So since you all totally ignore my question, I could
What
go
was-
on,
what's
I
the
could go on to
question?
another question.
Yeah.
How important Valentine's is to you? That's coming up. We got a lot of gifts to buy as men.
I do not believe in
I ain't buying nobody no Valentine's gifts because I ain't get shit for Christmas. So I still out with that.
Boy, you heard with this point.
Yeah, but I
like
carry
third time I hear
that.
you say this.
I carrying that through the year. I telling you now. Until I get a nice gift, I ain't buying nobody nothing.
Well, me, I don't believe in Valentine's Day. I don't believe in it at all. I don't celebrate it at all. And if I might meet you, I'll let you know that, baby. I Valentine's you all year, baby. I Valentine's you all year, so I don't believe that one day means you need to get these things, and if you don't, your man don't love you. And society has made it that way for people.
You got it, buddy. You cheap. Anyway, go ahead. I
I can't lie. I think Valentine's Day, it just makes you feel good as a woman to get something on Valentine's Day because it's known for the day of love. Yeah,
It was
so
a
makes
master.
you feel
You,
good.
you express that to your partner once, like you guys getting to know one another. Hey, that this is a special day for me. Some men don't take the initiative to do things for women for Valentine's Day unless they know.
Which
So
is
some
true.
men.
Which is true. Definitely it would be a discussion. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that Valentine's for the women for me. I don't even expect nothing on Valentine's Day.
And to tell you the truth, I don't even think I would require like some big hurrah or something.
So you
like
do
just
something
give
nice.
flowers and just something very simple and
Nice
very
thing.
nice.
But isn't
yeah.
that so cliche though? Like,
I think a dinner is always nice. Not all the time, but like
So I have a problem.
something romantic.
If you take me for dinner, it has to be out the country or it has to be at home because I feel like
Jeez, so some people might wall it up.
let me hear why.
I'm sorry because the island is so small, so all the restaurants would be full.
That's right.
So either you could keep me home and like
Get your bag together.
cook for me, or you just take me out the country or take me off the island because I don't want to be someplace where there's a lot of people.
Y'all there, fellas?
Or you wanted a more intimate setting?
Right, right, yeah.
All right, I can do
Yeah.
the home thing sounds good. Home thing sounds good.
Right? Home thing sounds good.
Yeah, y'all there. I hope y'all there. And you seen anybody now? Wink twice
No,
if okay,
I'm not seeing
okay,
anybody
just-
now.
Y'all shooting y'all shot out the country. No Miami.
Yeah, no
They
Miami.
can't take it to Florida
No,
neither.
no Miami. No Miami.
Florida.
Now hold on now. You sent me out of the country. I ain't in this country.
So so let me be fair. If me and
We
you,
can't even go to Bimini. We can go to
hold on,
Bimini.
hold
eh?
on.
Bimini nice.
If me and you in a relationship, then wherever you take me, it's fine because I just feel like spending time together is okay, right? But then in terms of you dating me, you have to understand. Like when the first time I've been to Miami was last year.
Really?
My first trip was to Atlanta, and I flew Atlanta in comfort. I paid for my own ticket.
Uh-huh.
I flew Atlanta on first class before. I paid for my own ticket. So you have to understand who you're dealing with.
Also, they got you up in first class too.
Yeah, like
I love
I
it.
don't mean to say
Hey.
no. What I'm saying is
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
what I'm saying is
Talk your shit.
what I'm saying
Hey, I
is
here for it.
what
I
I'm
love
saying
it.
is
Yeah. First class. Don't put me in coach. Yeah, first class.
what I'm saying is now how should I say this? Put your best foot forward. That's all I ask for. Put your best foot forward. Know the caliber of person that you're dealing with. I'm not the woman that you could buy, but I'm also not the woman where you could downgrade either, because I know what it is to buy my own stuff, and
Yeah.
I've been doing that.
Can't put you on pineapple. List.
Exactly. So if you choose to keep me in, if whatever you do, put your best foot forward. That's all I ask for. That's it. That's all I ask for.
No.
So if you could afford to fly me to Jamaica, then take me there. But if you only could afford to take me in the house, that's fine. Because the reason why I work the way I work also too is because I don't never want to fall in love off of survival. Because I need your dollar.
That's beautiful.
I understand I make my own money, and when I do fall in love with a person, it's because of who they are as a person,
Right.
and not because they have money in their pocket. Because a lot of these niggas have money in their pocket, and it's trash.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it like that, but it's trash.
Majority.
And they'll treat you with disrespect.
That's hate, you know, babe. That's hate, you know.
We speaking with the general, right?
Yeah, but you can't say that. You gotta let us say that.
Some of them are really disrespectful as well, and I take my respect very seriously. Like, yeah, don't treat me like another
A
broad.
lot of women say too, men with a lot of money, like they control women. You believe that narrative?
I think some of them do.
I think women. You talk about this
I think it's more so of an insecurity though. I don't think it has to do with the amount of money they have. I feel like a man could be broke and taking care of your bills, but because he insecure as a person, he feel like, all right, I need to have control over this woman. I think
true.
that's a form of insecurity.
That's true. That's true. Wanting to control somebody is weak.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to the games people play in terms of dating, I think it's weak because everybody just trying to get one up. And I think when you play those type of games, people ain't really getting to know you for who you really are.
What do you mean? What kind of games you talking about? Give us an example.
You know the games people play, like for instance, the game of if they message, wait like an hour to message them back, have them holding on.
Oh,
Like that
yeah, the
shit is
mind
off
games.
that shit is off the riff to me. Like,
Yeah, the
why
double
is that
texting and all
necessary?
that shit.
Why is that necessary?
I feel like this generation more so bring that into the light, in the forefront. It's like it's a power struggle. So everybody now, even when you get to know someone, they manipulating you or trying to play these mind games just to gain leverage over you in some way. To be able to say, hey, I got this person in a chokehold of some sort.
Naturally, if you be yourself, you would feelings catch and you'll naturally get that person in a chokehold. But the thing is, your aim shouldn't be to have that person in a chokehold.
That shouldn't be the focus.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Dating sucks now, though. I will tell you.
What I always tell people too is, interest is a two-way thing. So I would be able to tell you if you're playing games, I'll be able to tell if you're interested or not.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So it ain't something that has to be forced or anything. It has to be forced. It's not genuine. It's not there.
My fallback game on Fat Joe, I was leaning all the way fucking back. From my sorry for the language, but from I see, I already get a sense that you either trying to play games or the interest only coming from my way. I ain't doing that.
Definitely.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
1 or 2 days, I said, you never meet ever again.
Yeah.
Growing, man. We growing. People need to stop that shit. We growing. I always tell people that shit. We growing. And then I like the mind games. I'd rather you just be honest with me. So let me know if I want to deal with this or not.
Something what I don't like about dating and getting to know people is too, a lot of people have a perspective that you have to prove something to them. You know what I mean? Coming into a situation.
They want to make sure you're worthy enough, I guess.
Worthy of what?
Damn.
I don't have to prove nothing to you. I feel like if the interest is mutual, we show each other the same energy, the same. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
I don't feel that you having to prove your worth to somebody for them to fall in. That shit don't fly with me.
Yeah.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
But on to some sad news. We had an incident in the Bahamas, I think like 3 days ago, maybe.
Just about, yeah.
About 3 days ago, where defense force officer was allegedly was followed, and he was killed outside of his home. I don't know the exact details behind this story. I wanted to bring the topic up because I wanted to discuss with you guys or find out from y'all how keen y'all is on your surroundings. Not only when you're in public, but on your way home. Because for me, when I reach a certain parameter near to my home, I check in my rear view the entire way. I have cameras sometimes I'll put the cameras on my phone and all to watch my home, just to see around the area before and it's not because I think someone out for me. It's like, you never know. You never know what you could walk into. You never know what you could encounter anywhere, but especially when you traveling and people know you on your way home. So how keen y'all is on like your surroundings? You being a young lady, I'm sure you have. I know when I was growing up, my sister, she was in college. She would, every time she come home at night, she would call us to let us know, hey, look out for her. She coming outside. You know, I know the things change now. I don't think people do that as much as
a woman, you have to be very, 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 very cautious, no matter where you are. Like, very cautious. And even in terms of like social media, I use social media for business purposes. You wouldn't see me post certain things.
your location and
you won't see me do that.
right.
And that's why it's another thing in terms of when I was talking to you earlier about when I take friendship seriously. If you're not my friend, you won't gonna know my personal business.
Right.
This island is very small. And then pulling up home, like a lot of people tend to, if you have like, you coming home from work, you have 3 bags and stuff. No, grab the most important bag, get out there. Keep your doors locked as you drive. And then like look in your rearview mirror. Like sometimes if I drive in and like I see a car probably behind me for like 5 minutes, I ain't driving straight home.
Yeah. What's the best thing?
Because I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to circle a few times. Even with women going, I watch some women sometimes to the ATM. And I'm like, I looking at the timer like, yo, if I wanted to do something, I could have done it. Like if you go to the ATM, go know what you're going for, get there and get out.
Old people especially.
Yeah.
Be at the ATM at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, like literally. So, and then most importantly too is because the only thing that saves us a lot of time is grace. So I always pray before I leave the house. I always pray when I get home. But it's very important as a woman to be vigilant of your surroundings. Very, 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 very important. Very important.
Yeah, that's super important.
I mean, for me, like I've always been vigilant, right? Just growing up the way I was brought up and what's not. But I became more vigilant as I would say 2020, because that's when I acquired a stalker.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah, I acquired a stalker.
Whoa. Female?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. So
Y'all was dating? This is a journalist in me now. I tell you, you're nosy.
There we go. Hit him.
right.
Hit him.
Yeah.
Y'all was dating.
Was keyword was right.
How long y'all was dating?
I said little.
right. Don't stop now. Don't stop now.
Little over a year.
Oh, a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but since I've acquired her, it's like I'm actual on God.
She's still there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Still a stalk you?
Still, like highly obsessed with me. I don't even know why. I mean, I know why.
You still a
but I don't know why.
stalker?
No,
Not at all.
no communication.
From 2020.
No communication.
Not even a touch.
I haven't.
Y'all niggas is lying.
Get him. Get him.
I'm not lying.
Okay. I
No
believe.
lying.
Okay.
I'm on it.
Okay.
No conversation.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you know, highly obsessed. So I've been more on point since then. Like you said, I check my mirrors. I circle around a lot. I do a lot just to make sure everything is on point.
Okay.
And I'm not being followed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the details in that specific story. I just wanted to bring that topic up just to highlight one, what happened, and then two, how, just to find out how vigilant you guys are and how serious you take your surroundings. But prayers and condolences to his family and friends. Like I've been keen on saying this. Like we've been talking about this week after week. Every time we come on the podcast, we have something to discuss in terms of a high-profile murder in the country, and it's getting ridiculous. But
I think in the last 6-7 days we had a few really good murders.
right?
Yeah, but we had like at least 5-6 niggas got killed.
Wow.
Or shot and so forth. So, and this is the beginning of the year. That's how they kicking it off. So,
Yeah.
boy.
So I had a game I wanted to play. I see you got your comedy hype merch on.
Yay.
Shout out to them. But since you went viral on your videos and your video talking about the director, I got a game I want to play. I'm gonna call out two directors, right?
I could lose.
From past and present.
Right.
And I want you to tell me, one, which movie they directed or a movie they directed and what you like about the movie.
Okay.
All right. So the first director is John Singleton.
Boys in the Hood.
You like Boys in the Hood?
Yes. I like Boys in the Hood because it shined light on the favoritism in families.
All right. That's good. Jordan Poole.
None. Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele's. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
I scared of his movies. I don't watch them.
You never watched one?
You didn't watch Get Out?
Not one?
I watch Get Out. So I was on Bahamas Films and Plays board. And we had to view Us.
Oh,
Us was the one when
With the black-
it was
the horror, like the
with
black family.
the black family, right?
Child, I leave the movie. 10 minutes in, I was out.
Tell me something.
I still scared of the dark, Y'all don't mind me.
Where that fear stem from? I don't understand where that fear stem.
The movie?
No, the dark. Like people being afraid of the dark. I don't know where that.
you don't know what's in the dark. Anything can hide in the dark. That's why.
But somehow,
it's unpredictable.
like you had to been afraid in the dark. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. So, did y'all review the Nope from him?
No, I'm not on the film.
No
and Plays
anymore.
board. No, I'm not there
Okay,
anymore.
that movie is horrible. You could watch it. It ain't scary. It's just
Okay.
horrible.
Okay.
That was a horrible display of a film. I would never encourage anybody. Just see it. I just want you to see it so you could be a critic on it.
Okay, I'll
So
watch
it
it.
just ain't me, but that's a horrible film.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Jordan Peele, that's one of his worst movies by far. By far. I don't know what that was about. It was a movie about this big panty flying in the air.
Okay,
sucking
Jordan,
people
please
up.
notice I'm not the one that's saying this. Rivers is saying this.
What?
I'm not criticizing Nope this hard. I haven't watched it yet.
You think I go viral for that?
You might. You might.
Listen to me. I haven't watched. I saw Us and I watched some parts of it. And I was like, "This is some freaky shit." So it didn't interest me. But I did watch Get Out, and I thought Get Out was really good. It was really good.
He had a few other movies too that I like. I can't remember them off the top right now, but
I want to commend him though. I like his work. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the fact that he started out them skits and what's not.
yeah, he's kind of like the Kanye of directing in terms of like it's a twist. You never know what you're gonna get. Like I watched that movie and still don't know what Nope about. Besides seeing a panty fly in the air. But that's
But
crazy.
he did have a Bahamian song in there, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Shout out
damn
to him
man.
on that. Yeah, shout out to him on that.
I heard the movie was about that. I didn't see any correlation to it. But
I hope people
That's
from
what they
Alabama
say.
got paid for it.
I hope so he should get somebody from Cat Island to help him with that.
yeah, I hope they get their royalties for that.
Yeah.
So, what do you see yourself doing in the future as it pertains to journalism? Where do you go from here?
What I want.
Anything you're working on now, currently?
So I'm working on doing the season of Sis. This will be the 4th season.
Okay.
And then of course continuing on with Comedy Hype. What I want to do is, of course, I want to be like an Emmy winner, a Golden Globe winner, and all of that. But right now, what I'm just focused on is like, Lord, whatever you have for me, just let me stay focused on it. And I really also want to be that connector between the Caribbean and international markets, especially home in the Bahamas, because I feel like there's a lot of talent here, but people just don't know how to go up the business about how to go about doing it and how to get paid significantly from it. Because it really breaks my heart when I see like Bahamian entertainers who are so good at their craft and they have to have a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
Because the craft is not sustaining them in this economy. So it gets to me a lot. So that's what I really, really want to do in the future.
Could you see yourself in a film?
Yes, I could.
You could?
Yeah.
You did.
Like couple roles.
Really?
Yeah, but like one, I still want to be the police officer, like running, catching bad guys in my heels. Like I want to be the sexy police officer. And then I want to ride like a ninja bike, like I want to be the bad guy with like
riding through traffic.
yeah.
Let's don't go on E Street. You get on down. How you do?
She damn it running heels, bro. So
Yeah. Yeah, I could see myself in like a couple movie roles, like a little superhero role. Like I could be in Black Panther, the third making of it. Like I could see myself in some roles.
I could see that too. Black Panther, I can see that.
Yeah, like you could do like if they was to
One of
bring
the
back.
Thank you.
soldiers. One of the soldiers too.
One of the soldiers.
Yeah,
I
one
want.
of
I want to be big. I want to be big dog. I want to be like a queen or something in there.
I could see that role for you too.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I want to be a soldier.
Good.
I
So
want to
y'all
be.
let out whoever directing Black Panther, hit us up.
Yeah.
What do I
You got the
name?
plug.
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan
Yeah,
Coogler.
Ryan
Yeah.
Coogler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I cried during Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
The second one?
Yeah, but I cried so much.
Well, I don't want talking for people who didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's
But-
true.
I for one didn't like the first one, so I didn't go to see the second one. I could be
What
honest.
the hell?
I feel like that movie is
Yeah,
overhyped.
but what?
What
That
it was?
movie was
It's
overhyped.
overhyped.
It was good, bro.
That movie was overhyped. And the only thing that was spectacular in the movie was the one fight scene. With him and
You like Fast and Furious, eh?
no.
I'm with Michael B.
Yeah, him and Michael B. I
come
don't
on,
like
bro.
I hated the Fast and Furious after the second one. I felt like that franchise going on too long.
What's your favorite movie?
A favorite movie. Oh boy, that's a tough one.
Or actor.
Tough one. It'd have to be Revolver. Check that out.
I never have it.
So, see, bro.
Revolver or The Usual Suspects. I like old movies.
Oh, okay. You watched The Inside Man before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's a good
That's a
movie.
pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, you watch Menace to Society?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's John Singleton as well.
Yes, it is.
And Baby Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't watch Baby Boy, then
Yeah, I did. I watched
Yeah.
that. I like that. That was all right.
I have a question in regards to movies. I think we discussed this before.
Oh yes, we got some. Some movies to talk about before we get out of here.
Who you think is better at acting between Jamie Foxx and Will Smith? I'm asking.
that's tough. Wow, that's tough. That is tough. Because they both have done biopics and done an amazing job in the biopic. And once you could do a biopic, it's
Jamie
like,
was better though. Ray was better than Ali.
was it because Ray's character was a bit more interesting in terms of sensationalism?
No, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the fact that Jamie played Ray better than Will played Ali.
Ali is a very hard man to play. I mean, both of them are hard men to play.
That's why I can't agree with them because Will did a phenomenal job on the Ali role. He did.
I didn't say he did.
The movie wasn't great, and that's the difference. That's the argument what I saw with other guys when they talk about the whole Denzel and Will Smith thing. Yes, Denzel has been in better movies, but I don't think he's a more diverse actor than Will Smith.
I think Denzel knows how to pick his movies.
That's true.
He knows how to pick his movies. Will is very versatile. He's like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
Eddie is very versatile as
very
well.
diverse.
And I was doing a study about them, and there's only been one time that they've released a movie during the same summer. Will had something called in the 90s Big Willie Summers, because it was that's when Bad Boys, Independence Day started it off. And then Bad Boys, and then Wild Wild West, it was terrible, Men in Black. You know, so they used to call summers Big Willie Summer. He always used to drop during the summers.
Blockbusters. Okay.
Will has
Blockbusters.
a terrible track record of making bad movies.
I mean,
And I think that's what
he
diminishes his
hits and misses.
yeah,
Because he takes on a lot of
a lot of roles.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. It's a
Usually an
difference.
answer.
Well, who is a better actor?
In your opinion?
So in my opinion, I think and I'm only going off of the groundwork because of their sitcom work. I think Will is the better actor.
I love you, but I see why I love you.
Because
Oh man.
Because of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when I look at Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the Jamie Foxx show, maybe Jamie was very premature in doing the Jamie Foxx show because Will had a bigger engine behind him with the Quincy Jones.
Right.
So they were able to really train him in that character. But that Jamie Foxx show, Jamie literally had to grow inside that role of Jamie Foxx. But
Right.
Will came in, and because his funny was natural, if you catch what I'm saying.
I agree.
So just off of the sitcoms alone where they got their base start, I have to go with Will.
And guess what?
I'm
no,
sorry.
No one ever cried watching the Jamie Foxx show, buddy.
Yeah, that episode with the father-son was like,
Classic.
yeah.
Classic.
That was like,
The thing about and like I spoke to he had to grow into his role, Jamie Foxx, me and Jamie Foxx. I think the first 2 seasons of the Jamie Foxx show was more improv. So that's basically where he had to grow in that aspect. And then Jamie is a phenomenal actor. I won't lie.
He is.
He's a phenomenal actor, but when it comes to being more diverse in like I've never seen somebody body a role by themselves, like an entire movie by themselves.
Oh, you mean?
No other character. I am Legend. Will Smith.
Yeah.
Until
Then there
I
was
see
also-
that from other actors, I really can't put them on the same
Then there was
platters.
also The Pursuit of Happiness.
That too.
You know, I've never watched that movie.
That movie? See, that's why you don't have...
No. Don't
That's
get me
why you
wrong.
don't rate Will, but put some respect on Will, yeah? Don't play Will like that.
Don't get me wrong.
Don't play Will like that,
I
bro.
actually like Will Smith better than I like Jamie. But I still personally feel that Jamie is a better actor than Will.
That ain't bad.
Jamie
That's
has
your
been in
opinion.
Jamie has been in better movies though. I will say,
Exactly, that too.
but that's the difference.
That too.
Yeah, but don't play with Will like that.
No, man. Will's my dog. My dog.
Yeah, speaking of movies and shows, I don't know if you catch up on any of these shows, but I stayed inside this entire winter and spring.
Right.
I try and do too.
So we got. I don't know if you all ever watched the Best Man movie.
Yes.
They have the show out now.
I
was
watched
supposed
it.
to watch it.
I watched it.
I'm gonna start it.
I watched it.
How is it?
It was really good. It showed you how life can change, the dynamics of life. I appreciate it.
I can get on that. I want
I
to watch that.
checked it out. They got that. Your Honor's back, second season. I don't know if you've ever watched
That took
I
long.
watched it. Never watched
Spoiler alert, Your Honor is a series about this judge.
Uh-huh.
His son accidentally killed a big crime boss' son.
Yeah.
Mm.
I wouldn't tell you how,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
And
it's
he covered.
stand from there. So the judge, his entire plot in the movie was to cover up
Mm-hmm.
his son's murder.
it. Okay.
That was good though.
It's a really good series.
Okay. It on
Second-
Netflix?
No, that's on Showtime.
Okay.
But you can see it on the Fire Stick. You know how he's bootleg.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
She can
I
stream.
can bleep that
Right,
out.
right,
I can bleep
right,
that out.
right,
I just bleep a lot of things out in the
Right,
show.
right,
You
right.
can stream it. Yeah. You can stream that somewhere. Yeah. Second season's out. I watched the first episode yesterday. Fell asleep on the second episode, but the first episode, they came back with fire. It's continuing on from, well, they tell a story. They're putting it in two different ways now. So they're giving you aspect from the past and the future. So he's now, the judge is now in prison. I'm not sure for why, but he was
They're
released.
showing the events leading up to it.
Leading up to him going to prison. I guess he was caught in some way, but I don't know yet. But he was released in the second episode. I didn't watch the second episode yet. So, Mayor on King Street. I don't know if you'd ever. I told you about that, but I don't know if you ever watch it
Mel, what?
on King Street. It's similar to The Wire. I don't know if you all ever watched The Wire, the show.
I've
popular
never
show.
watched it. I've heard about it.
I've watched a few clips.
It's similar
That's
to
not
Wire.
much
It's a detective. Well, sorry, a district attorney. He basically engulfed himself in the streets. So now he working for a lot of gang members and stuff like that. Just dirty work, but it shows you how a lot of them, a lot of his political ties, I guess, erasing his tracks in the streets.
Okay.
So he using a lot of power to do whatever he have to do in the streets to help this gang, particular gang in King Street. The Godfather Harlem is back, season 2 of that.
Yeah.
You've never heard of that?
I've never watched it. I rarely watch
Do you
TV,
know?
though.
Do you know about the Godfather Harlem? That's an actual. Well, it's based on a true story.
No.
Bumpy Jones.
Bumpy Jones.
Frank Lucas boss.
You ever watch American Gangster?
Yes.
Okay,
The guy
so
who
that
Dan's
story
playing.
stemmed from him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
I love American Gangster.
Season 2 of that is out.
Yeah.
Snowfall is coming.
I've never watched it.
You know what Snowfall?
No. I don't watch. I'm
God.
sorry.
That was also John Singleton before he died.
Oh, okay.
also- yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Snowfall is- So you don't watch shows then?
I don't watch shows like that. Like, okay, so Top Boy. I love Top Boy.
I never get to finish the first 2
Sully is my
episodes.
dog. Like, I love Sully.
After the first 2 episodes, I never could finish.
I don't want to spoil it, anybody, but oh my god, I love Top Boy. I do
Yeah,
but
Top
oh my
Boy.
god,
I gotta finish
Top
that series.
I
though.
try to
really
go
have to-
why though. You know what I mean? Last episode, like why?
It had to happen.
Why?
I'm so sorry. It had to. But I was gonna do that from we was in Spain. I was gonna done him. From we was in Spain, I was gonna done that. He wasn't gonna make it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I like him.
But,
You liked
Yeah,
he is his ego. His ego.
What season
I
they
like
on?
him, man. He worked for that.
He didn't work for that.
He worked for Eagle. I like it.
What season they on with that?
They're about to bring out the 3rd season. This would be the final season.
Oh, they recording again?
Yeah, they finished. So I follow Kano on. I tell you, I like Sully. I follo't Kano on Instagram.
Didn't know he was a rapper.
Yeah, yeah.
The younger one,
No, the hard-headed one, Sully, the
young one, the really
tall
young
guy,
one.
the tall guy.
Tall,
Young
bright
one is
guy.
Jamie, man. You
Yeah.
know the tall guy.
Tall, bright guy, Kano. His real name is Kano.
Who had a limp at first? He had like a limp or some.
No, you're talking about your boy.
Tushine.
No, the one they killed.
Who had the?
He's working with Sully.
You had to spoil it for me. You had to spoil it for me. I didn't know that.
He's working for Sully them, and then he ended up snitching.
Oh, yeah, your boy, yeah.
Can't remember his name. You have a daughter.
Yeah, I know you mean. Not him.
Okay.
Not him. Yeah.
BFM is back. That's your show.
Hey, on the now.
I ain't watch it yet. Bel Air is coming. I don't know if you've seen that. You watched
Yeah,
that?
I did.
I love that show.
How you feel about that? Yeah. I feel that Jabari is doing a good job of Will. That's the new Will.
I have to take him out of the aspect of I can't think of him as Will.
Like the funny Will.
Yeah, I have to think of him as Jabari Will. Even with Carlton, like I have to think of him as not Alfonso, but this new Carlton.
Yeah, the show really it's more
Modernized.
it's
really
more of a
modernized.
dramatic
It's-
step.
Yeah,
So-
definitely. Yeah.
Huh?
First Prince is the first.
Bel
Prince.
Air.
Bel Air. Yeah.
They remake it. It's called Bel Air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. So I ain't going outside until February, May. That's probably when they
Honest critique though, I felt like the episode with the father son was stretched out, and I think they should have tried to keep it to the original base.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should have tried to do that.
Like they tried to make that dramatic part a little too long.
Yeah,
They should have keep it in that one scene.
Yeah,
Like with,
yeah.
This definitely is dramatic versus funny. It definitely will.
Yeah, it is.
Y'all,
It is.
Did y'all hear they remade House Party 3? I mean, they remade House
It's
Party.
out already.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it as yet.
I want to
Don't
watch
watch
it
it.
too.
Don't watch it.
You watch it?
Y'all watch
Hold on, it
Coming
went-
to America too?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
garbage.
Oh gosh.
Worse
Whoa.
than that.
Garbage.
Wow.
Worse than that.
Here's my. Oh, I wonder if I should say this. I ain't gonna say it.
Go ahead, shoot.
Okay, so I love LeBron, right?
Right.
In terms of the brand that he's built, family, and all of that. I just think right now his production company is just trying to find its way because Space Jam was not the best, and I did not agree with him doing Space Jam because Space Jam was like the original Space Jam was like Jordan's life at the time.
Yep.
So to try come behind and do that when you still have a chunk of the population that remembers the original, it's sort of a lot.
And that too, and the fact that people know, well, he's been accounted saying that he's chasing Jordan's goals.
Yeah.
So to go behind Jordan and know the legacy that Jordan left behind, and you trying to follow that, it just leave a bad taste in people who hate
Yeah.
LeBron mouth.
Yeah, I think LeBron is an excellent businessman and an excellent family man, but I just think his production company is just trying to find that hit right now.
Yeah, they forcing it.
I think his production company did a show I liked, Survivor's Remorse. I actually liked that show. That was really good.
I have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was great having you on today.
Yay.
We enjoyed it. Finally got you here. It was worth the wait.
Oh, thank you. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was excellent.
No, the show, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was worth the wait.
Yeah, I'm still nervous with these questions.
No man, you good, you good. We love having you.
Thank you.
Hope to have you back sometime.
Yeah.
Continue to do great things. Continue to blossom. We love to see what you're doing.
Thank you. And
Shout
you
out.
guys as well.
Yes.
I like the show.
Thank you.
It's very relaxed. I didn't get any alcohol tonight.
I didn't know you was drink like you sitting
got
here
drinks,
talking
we
about
got
God. I wanted to offer you a drink, but I was like,
I drink. I drink.
she
every
might be
now
on a fast. I didn't know. I didn't know what to
Right?
do. Sorry, I didn't know next time. Jesus. No, that's bad hospitality, Bona.
We got the drinks right here.
My
We didn't
God.
know. Sorry.
Sorry about that, but yeah, we got you next time for sure.
Okay.
Now that
That's
we
no
know.
problem. I see the drink was blue. I didn't know if I could handle it. Like
I was
that
a-
looked like what you call it?
Lean?
No. What Tupac drink was? Thug Passion.
Hypnotic. Yeah, Thug
No,
Passion.
Thug Passion. I was scared that was Thug Passion.
You know what that is, right?
Yes, I do.
Hennessy and Hypnotic, I think.
Yeah, that was strong as hell. He was out his mind, but I love Tupac though.
Any of y'all ever had Hennessy and
No.
and Patron coffee?
No. What the hell? What the
Yeah,
hell?
that's a drink.
Now I
That
will
sound
tell
like
you.
medicine, boy.
That's
The
a
first
drink.
time I got drunk ever in life, I was shorting Hennessy and Patron,
Jesus.
and then
That's-
drinking
that's white and
champagne in
dark.
between.
You mix this white and dark.
Yeah. It was terrible.
That's fine.
I was traumatized. I didn't even drink a Vitamalt for a year.
And you was drinking champagne?
Yeah.
You was looking for that.
Champagne on the whole will do it to you.
It was
Yeah.
delicious.
Champagne-
I don't see how people like champagne.
That's give you a headache, hangover. Like, that's crazy.
I didn't. All I know was when I woke up the next morning to get ready for work, the rum spin. Like the rum literally spin.
So clearly you would never make it to work.
I did, child. Let me say. The only thing I remember going to work was rocks and grass, and then I was working in a clothing store at the time. And when I went into the clothing store, the only thing I remember was the showcase and the mannequins. And then I remember the cars driving past, pointing at me. And then I remember my boss saying, "Just take her home." So I was laid out on the showcase in front of, like, in front of the window. So as traffic was going, like, I pushed the mannequins down on the
Were you able to keep your job after that?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I was. They understood it was my birthday the night before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My God.
But then that goes to, I don't know, this could also be another show, but when it comes to getting drunk, it's very important that you do that around people that you trust.
Yeah.
Because even the morning after, I don't remember anything like that. And I see how easily it is to take advantage of somebody when they're intoxicated. Because I only remember things in portion.
I had a drunk like that one time, man, when I couldn't remember. The only part of the night I couldn't remember is how I got home. That was it.
I had a drunk there last night. I had
Okay.
a drunk there last night. I didn't know how I get home. I woke up, all my clothes on, and I went to work. I went to work for 6 o'clock in the morning. And I feel like I still drunk from last night.
He was one of God's strongest soldiers.
I feel like I still drunk from last night.
God favor him.
I ate a donkey last night, though. I ate a donkey last night. I mean, I don't remember, but I was told I ate a donkey last night, But,
Good time.
That's good. Well, we could get out of here. Like I said, once again, thanks for coming. The beautiful Miss Denielle Miller. Oh, yeah. Let's give you a round of applause. Till next time, may the universe grant us serenity to accept the things we can't change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. We are out of this.